All right, good evening, everybody. We're back again at the HQ Diaries. We normally do this thing every 2 weeks, but we decided not to keep everyone waiting for too long. So we're back in 1 week space. I think, Brian, it would be a nice place to start by talking about the PGA Championship. It was amazing to see Phil Mickelson win at age 50. How are you,
Oh,
Brian?
oh, absolutely. I'm 50. I feel younger watching him. He, as you said, age is just a number.
Old is gold.
Right. No, but in all seriousness, the golf ball doesn't know how old you are, and it's just about putting in work. And what I was amazed by the crowd. I mean, is COVID over in South Carolina?
People are taking big risks, like going to these events without masks on, but. I don't know how many of them are fully vaccinated, but still, it reminded me of when Tiger was going to win the 2018 Tour Championship. It was the exact same scene with everyone flocking at the 18th green, and this is a pretty iconic win too. In a way, it defied the odds, and it was amazing to see a guy with Phil Mickelson's quality bag the silverware.
Well, absolutely. He's beloved. But going back to the crowds, there wasn't a mask to be found. I think if you showed up with a mask, they sent you home.
Oh wow, I guess so.
Well, it's
But
you and I. It's not what we see. California is a whole lot different.
Well, I always like to roll better safe than sorry, but honestly, I think last year the PGA Championship it was held in TPC Harding Park, which is an hour away from home. If there was no COVID, I
Exactly.
definitely would have gone. Yeah,
Right. Well, the guy from Morikawa won, and it was a great
hmm
win. But
yeah,
like 100 people were there,
unbelievable
and
talent.
people remember they had to watch through the fence.
I know it kind of sucked in a way, like right in the middle when the pandemic hit. But it
Right.
was nice to see a guy from Cal uh, win his first trophy.
Right. He might be younger than you.
No, he's actually I think a year older than me if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, but yeah, but he's not as good at HQ as you, so you got that going.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's right. Now that now that we mentioned HQ, let's bring in our panelists. We have 9821 and we
Hey.
have Jeremy. So how are you
Hey,
guys doing?
Well, first of all, it's good to see 9821.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Hi.
you're fine. You don't need to be. You were on The Price is Right.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and you're what, Southern California?
Yeah, somewhere there.
Okay, and we got
Price
Texas in
is
the
Right?
house.
Yeah, yeah. How's it going, Jeremy?
Wow,
Yours?
forget about me. He was on The Price is Right. I'm nothing.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Just glad to be back and glad that we're one day away from the true end of this HQ hiatus. I'm glad they took 1 week off instead of 7.
Speaking of the 1 week break, what have you guys been doing in place of the HQ time? Just out of wonder.
I've been playing a big brain, and I referred Jeremy. I need to get 9821. You can play. You're in California.
Yeah, I can. We'll see. I'm just really hesitant putting money down. We'll see.
Oh yeah, no, but what I like is you can pick the category, and what are you strongest in?
I guess if it's not science, cartoons, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Wait for something on cartoons, and I do the sports, but yeah, it's just fun because you pick the quiz, and the quiz lasts like 10 minutes. A buy's got to get. What are you like? Running like an iPhone 6? You got to get a better. You got to no, you're an Android, and you tell people
I've got this
there it is. You have
beautiful
an
Google
Android,
Pixel right over here.
right? But tell them about the problem with your iPad. How it's like you're scared to use it.
Well, it's not that I'm scared to use it. I've been having it for 6 years, and I don't think the current version of iOS that I have on my iPad, I think it's 12.5.3, and it's not letting me update it to iOS 13. So if that was the case, I probably would have been able to play Big Brain. But yeah, whenever I'm using my iPad to play, let's say HQ VIP, I always have it plugged in because there have been numerous occasions where it's suddenly shut off, even when it has like 90+% charge. So I really don't want to take any chance, and especially when it's VIP, there's money involved. Yeah, no half measures at all. Have to be completely safe.
That's too much pressure, Abai. I mean,
well, on the first 3 occasions, I did thrive under the pressure, and the next occasion, I did cave in.
No, the pressure. No, you're fine. The pressure is if your iPad craps out.
Well, it hasn't happened on all 4 occasions. I have it plugged in. Like the plug that didn't come out of the power outlet, so I didn't have any problems there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
9820. Sorry, I was talking a lot. 9820. You do VIP.
I did for the first 15 games. I stopped. I stopped just because I was afraid. Just like
of not getting paid.
Yeah, seeing the 2-month distance, I was a little. I'm just a little
$300. Sorry,
right,
I bought the tickets in bulk, so that
5 at a time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it was when it went from $60 to $75. That's when I stopped.
Yeah, that didn't help things at all either. To be honest,
I admit that I have never actually played VIP, and it's not that I'm afraid so much. I mean, I do win on occasion, and part of that is the village aspect, because it does take a village. I mean, I think all of us have benefited in ways from that, and I think HQ benefits from that itself, because I think there's a lot of people that probably would have long quit HQ and would stand to quit HQ if they got rid of that. But it's the fact that even with that being said, I'm still not willing to put $20 or even $15 down on, am I going to win on this given night? And I think they should experiment with, okay, what is it, $1,500 prize pool?
it's now $12.50 for some.
It's at $12.50.
Okay, so I'm trying to do the math, and I'm good at math like this, but trying to do it quickly to say, like, instead of like 150 people at $15 a piece or whatever, what if they did like 300 people, but like at $5 or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More people. They need more people, but at a smaller price point. What if they just experimented with that? I don't know that it would work, but it might entice more people. And they've never done it, and it would be something now that they've had 8 days. And I have a feeling they've had 8 days that they've not thought of HQ at all, because they haven't even put money in people's accounts. Someone brought that. I think it was Uncle Ron on Twitter brought that up. He was saying that they haven't even cashed any of the games out in these 8 days, and I'm like, yeah, that is something. So I mean, I don't know that they've really even thought of these little quality of life improvements, but I was just thinking, like, what if they had, like, okay, tonight it's $5 a person, but we need like 300 people or whatever, or like 250. It would just be interesting to try it out, because they don't hit VIP every night anyway. So if they didn't hit that night, what would be the big loss to them? I mean, just my suggestion while we're here,
All right, so okay, we have Michael in the background. I'm going to add him in.
I'm sorry. I talk a lot too.
He's defied the odds to finally come here. Okay, but let's bring him in. How's it going, Michael?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Can't complain. It's another Sunday evening. Enjoyed some golf. Now ready to get this Kahoot started soon.
Very nice.
All right, Michael, you provided some questions.
I did. I hope they're up to the standard.
If they're not good, just say they're a buys.
It's funny. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been reading your screen name as Mrs. 12 this entire time that we've been chatting, and
So the funny
He's Mr. S. He's Mr. S.
Exactly. So the story behind that is, when I went to school way back in the day, they gave us a lifetime email address, like a forwarding address, and I was the 12th MRS. Those are my initials, Michael Richard Strange, to go to Columbia. So I was MRS 12 at Columbia, and a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, the like various like banks and other institutions were rejecting relays from forwarding addresses like this. So I started getting missed emails and like problems all over the place. So I stopped using it because there's no point anymore. But I had already used this as my handle for HQ Trivia because that was my email address at the time, and I just kept it. And what's the funny thing is, I don't know if you. So I won a pretty big game of HQ back in 2019, and I was the only winner. And if you watch the replay at the end of the game, it was one of those. If you recall the cash out, the checkpoint games.
Oh, did you cash out with like 1,500 or something?
Well, so no, I was the only one left at the.
I think it was 100,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it wasn't that big. I wish it was. I think it was a $25,000 or $15,000 game. Anyway, at question 18, it was a checkpoint, and I was the only one to get it right, and I took home $1,750 as the only winner. But when Matt read the name, he said, "Oh, he was like, please." He was saying, "Whoever this is, one person, please just take the money, take the money." And he said, "You took it. It's Mrs. 12. You go, girl."
You go, girl. Oh, that is great. Yeah. Oh, I wish he would have called you. That would have just been great if it had been that time where they were calling people.
He did. So after the game, I was so excited. My wife and I were sitting here just glowing and emailing or texting with family and friends. And my phone kept ringing with an unidentified number, so I just kept rejecting it. And she said, "You should take. That's probably HQ Trivia calling you." And sure enough, I talked to Matt, and they actually posted the conversation the next day. So you can find it in the archives.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That is beautiful.
Michael, you're Columbia?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad you're my friend.
Yeah, well, likewise. You guys helped me out a lot. So.
I think I found it on Twitter. If you guys want to pull it up.
Wow, 9812 is like doing research. Yeah.
9821.
Excuse me. And what is 9821?
And the significance is when I signed up on like a game show forum 5 years ago, I saw someone with the name of this game show fan 2000. So I figured, you know what? What's an arbitrarily big 4-digit number? And I just put 9821.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, okay, it worked.
Not as interesting as Mrs. 12 over here.
No. And speaking of that, in the group chat here, you called Michael she because you thought Mrs. 12.
I did. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it's my fault. I've thought it was a woman this whole time as well. That's what I get for not like doing the research.
It's totally fine. When I call myself Mrs. 12, what do I expect, right?
I mean, this is probably not the first time. Well, it literally isn't the first time. So,
yeah,
but
exactly.
I mean, if you have a doctorate, you could be Doctor Strange. I mean, this
is true. I don't. I only have a master's. So, but my father.
Only I'm over here. I struggled to get a bachelor's. Oh, you only have a master's. Okay.
Well, my father was
flexing so hard.
My father. Sorry, I thought you said you assumed I had a doctorate. So I wanted.
Well, I was saying if you did,
If I did, okay.
Does your father?
My father is a chemist, and he was Doctor Strange. So he had the poster on his wall his whole career, and and my brother's name actually is Stephen Strange. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Was it? I guess it would have been post comic book era.
Right around. Yeah, it would have been. I don't think that's where they got the name though. I hope not.
Beautiful coincidences.
Exactly.
All right, so I think it's almost time to start the Kahoot. I'm just going to give everyone some time to join in. So so I did put the game pin in the private chat and the comments. It's 410-8502. Go to kahoot.it, and I've also made the questions visible for all of you. So don't worry about how slow my screen share may be. I'm just going to give everyone a few minutes to join. But while we're doing that, how excited are you for the return? If What 8 days feels like 8 weeks, honestly.
Well, you guys seems like you guys have these other games that are keeping you occupied. I feel a little out of touch when you guys are all talking about Big Brain and all these things that I haven't played. So
I haven't actually gotten to play yet. I joined and then I haven't found a quiz that suits my actual fancy. And then the ones I've practiced on, I realize I'm there, but I'm not quite there to be like in the money. Except for that Oprah quiz I was showing some of y'all. Everyone that's on here is in the group chat, right? I mean, everyone that's here.
Yes.
So, I mean,
that's right.
everyone saw when I posted that I would have like won the money in that stupid Oprah quiz
Right.
that I just was BSing on, and I'm like, okay, I would have like crushed like by like 3,000 points. This Oprah quiz, I just was like, I had like the lowest point total of all the quizzes I found, and I'm like, okay, I don't know crap about Oprah, so let me just join this and see what I do. And then I had like 10,000 points, and to win was like 7,500, but it was practice. But I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I had like 10,000 points, and I'm like, oh, balls.
Oh, you know,
well, hopefully that wasn't your one chance.
yeah, no kidding.
it's a stupid quiz until you win it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna join every Oprah quiz from now on.
Sure.
Let's throw Gail in there too.
And clean house. So
Just get in the chat and just start hammering Oprah trivia.
Thompson Twins trivia.
I'll handle all the what? GIFs that they want to throw at us. What?
All right, so are we all in Kahoot yet? I only see two participants.
We have to go. We have to click on that.
Wait.
Yeah, Kahoot.it.
Where do I?
Is on the Twitter? Let's see here.
Where do I
I shouldn't play, right, if I've made some of the questions.
You can.
Where do I click?
It doesn't really matter. Pick up more blind. Yeah.
I don't understand.
You go to kahoot.it. And then you'll be
Kahoot.it. Kahoot.it.
Seriously?
And then, yeah, that's right.
That's all I.
And yeah, no .com or anything. Kahoot.it.
Okay,
And the game pin is 4108502.
Oh, okay. I literally have never been to this website except for the times we've played, so I had no idea how that worked.
Well, it's the first time I've made a Kahoot in like years, so even I've had to relearn how this whole thing works.
I see. And then I put in 4108502. Got it.
Correct.
I hated to sound or ill-informed, but you don't know what you don't know until you know it.
Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
I'm about to be in.
All right, so let's see here.
It's okay. HQ doesn't start for 11 minutes, so
I like to be one step ahead. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, get out of here.
Eli's going to fire all of us. I can't believe he hasn't fired me yet. I think I'm on day 3 of this job.
All right, so let's see. I think we have all of us in there. All right, let me just turn my screen share on. I think we should be good to go.
Also, I'm sorry, but my messenger keeps going off on Facebook, but I'm worried. I guess I could just close out Facebook because I'm on StreamYard now. Let me just do that real quick so that I don't keep getting those annoying little pop-ups that were bothering us, because I think that's coming through on the stream. And
I couldn't hear it for what it's worth.
I'm glad, because I get a little self-conscious about interrupting the quality of our stream here.
Abai, are you going to enable answer sharing?
Please.
There's not going to be answer sharing. I think. All right. Okay.
I actually have a question.
We have all of us here.
But I'll wait till after the Kahoot.
So it's it's round 2 of the HQ Diaries quizzes. 3, 2, 1. All right. So it's the eve of HQ's return after the 8-day break. So it'll really be fitting that we're all warmed up with one more quiz. So with all that being said, there's nothing to it but HQ it. Let's begin with question number 1. Here we go. Q1. According to the well-known proverb, what is the best policy? Is it respect, honesty, or State Farm? You have one there?
Wait, how do we answer this?
You click
Oh, you
it.
gotta hit.
It
click
did
on
work.
it.
Okay, making sure it worked. Okay.
All right, so yes, honesty is the best policy. This would make a great insurance company ad for State Farm, but it's honesty. So four got that right. Okay.
Wait,
Oh, it didn't register your answer?
no.
That is really weird.
Will it work on a? Will it work on a desktop or a
Yeah,
a
I'm
MacBook
playing
on a?
off desktop.
All right. Well,
Wait, what device are you all playing on? I'm hosting this on my computer.
I'm on a MacBook.
I'm on. It looks like a PC laptop.
All right.
All right.
I did know.
All right,
I did
let's-
know that one.
Hey,
All right.
sometimes people miss Q1. It happens.
All right, Q2. Let's move forward. In the sentence "Let's play outside," what part of speech is the word "outside"? Is it a noun, adjective, or adverb? All right, time is up. It's actually an adverb because
Wow.
the word outside modifies play. Where are we playing? We're playing outside, so that's an adverb. So
I
congrats to the
missed
one
that.
person who picked adverb.
I should not have missed that. That's embarrassing. I'm not
Okay,
going to tell anybody except the 300, 400 people watching.
I knew
this.
that. I did know that one, but okay, I
Wait,
figured out my
Mike,
problem.
are
I figured
you
it out.
able to pick answer?
I figured
Are
it
you
out.
able to pick? Okay.
I had
all right.
I had my.
Were
Never
you
mind.
clicking the stream?
I was playing on the stream instead of the actual.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, if you're in the stream, you don't necessarily need to
No, I
be on it and
just
yeah.
ignore me.
All right. All right. Q3. You'll be consuming some C2H5OH when you're doing what? Is it drinking a beer, smoking a cigarette, or drinking coffee? All right, time is up. That's the formula for ethanol, alcohol, so that's found in beer. So 3 got this one right. Okay, all right. Not bad. All right. Q4 is knocking on your door.
Look at you got graphics.
Nice.
Yep. And here it is. One of the featured guest hosts of Jeopardy is better known for starring in which of these children's programs?
Oh, something I
Is
know.
it
Yeah.
Reading Rainbow, Barney and Friends, or Sesame Street?
Thanks for throwing an easy one in there finally, Abai.
Yeah, so one of the featured guest hosts is LeVar Burton, and he is best known for Reading Rainbow. So you pick Reading Rainbow, well done.
This is the worst I've ever done on HQ, and it's not even HQ.
All right.
Well, good.
So 9821 is in the driver's seat right now, but let's see what happens next. Question number 5.
Nice.
Oh, staying alive. Oh, wow. Well done, Abai.
And yep, this is for all the HQs, for everyone watching. Here's question number 5.
Yeah, it's the Bee Gees' money.
Which of these is sung by the first of the One Direction members to go solo? Is it Watermelon Sugar? Is it Pillow Talk? Or is it Slow
thank you.
Hands?
Thank you for using that song because that was the first single. I won't say what it is, but
It is Pillow Talk. The first One Direction member to go solo was Zayn Malik. Watermelon Sugar is by Harry Styles, and I believe Slow Hands is by Niall Horan. So if you pick Pillow Talk, which we all did, well done.
oh, okay, everyone got it right anyway. I guess I
Right.
kind of gave a hint, but if you know it,
All
you
right,
know it.
Q6, and it goes a little something like this. The phrase winning hands down has its origins in what activity? Wrestling, horse racing, or poker? Yep, it's horse racing. For those of you, okay, for everyone playing, You notice the diamond and you notice the gold star. I think you'll be able to figure out what that represents on each question, but keep an eye out. Question number 7. Here we go. Which of these country artists does not go by their middle name? Dierks Bentley, Garth Brooks, or Brad Paisley? It's Brad Paisley. Yeah, Dierks Bentley, I think his given first name is Frederick. Garth Brooks, his given first name, I think, is Troyle. So yeah, Brad Paisley, he does go by his first name. Oh, too bad. Nobody got that one right. Yeah. Question 8. Hope you're all feeling great. And hello to Nate.
Hi, Nate.
All right, question number 8.
One number.
Which of the following file formats is named for the committee that created it?
Gosh.
PDF, GIF, or JPEG?
Have a commission. This one.
It's JPEG. PDF is it's not PDF. It's not GIF, and it was actually named after the company that created. They're called the Joint Photographic Experts Group. So that makes sense. All right. Question number 9. Hope everyone's feeling fine. Here it is. Un Nouveau Monde is the title of a song in the French-Canadian version of which Disney movie? Frozen, Aladdin,
Maybe
or The Lion King?
We'll see.
Yep, it translates to New World, just like a whole new world. It's Aladdin. So everyone got that one. Okay, 6,000 up. Nice. All right, Q10, time to get it in. Here it is. Which of these months has a national holiday that does not necessarily fall on a Monday? February, September, or November? Yes, it's November. February has President's Day, which is always on a Monday. September has Labor Day, which is always on a Monday. November has Veterans Day and Thanksgiving Day, and if either of those two fall on a Monday, it's a coincidence. So four got that one right. Okay.
I make weird faces when
11.
I think quizzes, so sorry, everybody.
All dogs go to heaven. Yeah. Question 11. Which of these terms can only describe a rock that reaches the Earth? Meteor, meteoroid, or meteorite?
Okay.
Yep, it's a meteorite. Meteoroids are in space.
All right.
All right, so 98-21 having a bigger lead now, more than 1,000 points. Q12, it's not the final question, but let's delve into Q12. Here it is. The European soccer player with the most expensive transfer currently plays for a club based in which country? England, Italy, or France? It's actually France. I think you might have. I think some of you might have been gravitating to Cristiano Ronaldo when he transferred from Real Madrid to Juventus, but that's not him. Kylian Mbappe eclipsed his record when he transferred to PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. That's a French team. So too bad no one got that one right. All right, question 13. The first pole vaulter to clear 20 feet competed for which two nations? USSR and Ukraine, USSR and Russia, or Russia and Ukraine?
Did they do it before 1991?
It's the USSR and Ukraine. It's Sergei Bubka.
That's right.
Okay. Question 14. Due to better accuracy, the moment magnitude scale is preferred over which of these scales? Beaufort, Fujita, or Richter? Yes, the moment magnitude scale is used to measure earthquakes, and the only scale out of the three choices that is used for earthquakes is the Richter scale. Okay, 2 more questions to go. We're almost there. Penultimate question. 15. Which of these is not one of the 7 SI base units? Is the second the volt or the Kelvin? Yes, it is the volt. The second is the SI unit of time, and the Kelvin is temperature. As far as electricity is concerned, the base unit there is the amp, not the volt. All right, the final question, it all boils down to this. It's for all the marbles and the glory and bragging rights, and whatever it may be.
It's between Michael
Question
and
16.
9821.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
The largest wild population of hippos outside of Africa is found in a country whose capital is what? Is it Bogota, Canberra, or Jakarta? Canberra, sorry. I had to fix that pronunciation. It is Bogota. There are lots of hippos in Colombia, so Bogota is the right answer. So let's look at the podium. In third place,
Nice.
third place, Jeremy, 9821. And
Wow,
it's
Michael.
and it's
with the
Mike.
late,
Well,
like a horse.
Now, remember
Came in
though,
late.
I wrote some of these questions.
Yeah.
You know what? If,
By a
if you're
hand's
paying
length.
attention, all the questions that had a diamond, those are the ones I had written, and the questions with the gold star, those are the ones that Mike had written.
So it really goes to the second place.
Yeah, 9821. You should make a formal complaint.
Yeah.
So wait, does that mean that I technically got second then?
Yes,
Well, that's up to the judges.
I would
is
say
hard.
so.
Sure.
I will
But,
accept
but
the second place.
in all seriousness, thank you, Michael. Thank you, Abai. That was fun.
Yeah, I
Hey,
enjoyed
John.
it. I only thought of 2 questions all week, and I guess I should have submitted them for consideration, but
So
I didn't strongly enough.
so do people so the hippos one that was one of my questions. I find this just fascinating. Do you know why there are hippos in Colombia?
Educate us.
So
Which world leader got it as part of a treaty would be my guess.
no, Pablo Escobar had hippos as pets, and when they
of course.
busted him, they didn't know what to do with them, so they let him go. And there were 4. Now there are over 100, and they don't. And there were debates as to whether it's good for the ecosystem or bad. And they've like I think a couple of people have been killed because hippos are incredibly dangerous. But there's a wild population in hippos in Colombia because of Pablo Escobar.
You know what? I think I have read about this, and I now that you mentioned that, I do believe I've read an article about that, and I wish I'd thought of it during the quiz.
Yeah,
But that is fascinating.
very cool fact. Yeah.
Love that.
That was an appropriate last question.
It was.
Nice, fun, Kahoot. Really appreciate it. Oh, what was that, Brian?
I was going to say that was an appropriate last question, and I hope HQ watches this. They should hire you, Abai.
Yeah, I'd love to contribute with a few questions from time to time. I like writing these questions for fun whenever I'm free. I love getting to know like you, maybe sometimes weird facts too, like the hippo one, for instance. I did not know that one before.
It's pretty cool. You know what's in writing these questions? Yeah. So did you find yourself when you write questions? Because I actually hosted a weekly trivia thing for my office. So I have tons of questions, but not in the ABC format. So and not with that kind of nested layered quality for the tougher questions. So I needed to tweak a bunch of these. But I do find that I gravitate towards science and space and nature type questions. Those are the things that I find interesting. Do you find yourself with too many of a particular category when you're making questions?
A lot of them, I think, I would say are science, history, geography.
Okay.
Making some of the pop culture ones, I'd really have to find something super specific. Like, for example, if I were to take the One Direction one, for example, that one was actually pretty straightforward. I think if I think for those who aren't really tuned into pop music, they probably have to maybe Google. It would end up being like a double Google because that question actually had two sets. So which of these is a hit from the first of the One Direction members to go solo?
Right.
So you'd have to look up who was the first one to go solo, and then you'd have to double check which of those songs are from that artist.
Has anyone ever successfully double Googled
I
in
have.
10 seconds?
I actually have.
I can't even Google in 10 seconds. I still have to learn that feat. Oh, we lost 9821 over there. That's a shame. But no, I haven't even learned how to Google.
It's definitely an art.
Questions. Yeah. But no, the Zayn Malik one, I actually learned that from HQ, the practice quizzes.
Which one? What did you learn?
The Zayn Malik question. I learned that from the practice quizzes.
Oh, funny.
The things for the coins, the daily challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I obsessively do. I have like 45,000 coins I'm sitting on.
Spend it on extra lives or something. Get super spins and erasers.
Yeah, I still have like 30 super spins because before they left for a year, I had bought like 45 when they were still doing like 2 days a week, and then they left for their summer break that lasted a year because they don't know how to just tell us things instead of
Right.
which is why I'm still waiting through the tweet that says they're not coming back tomorrow, but that's neither here nor there. Well, I mean, and I'm not trying to be rude. It's just there is a history of not
of bad communication and
yeah. I mean, that's just I'm not trying to be rude about it. That's just a fact, It's,
for sure.
That's fair. Well, no, I think they're coming back tomorrow, but it is they won't address there's problems with the VIP. That they won't address that. They won't address the slow payouts. But in fairness,
they'll be coming back tomorrow. But for how long and for every day, or is there going to be slow up? There, what?
Right. We'll figure that out. But tell them about your mom and dad that play and enjoy it and don't even know that all this stuff is going on.
So every day it's sort of it's a family thing for me. I usually come to the kitchen, sit at the dining table with my laptop, and I tell my mom and dad to come play with me. Usually we're all able to play together, and even though my mom and dad have won on quite a few occasions, I wouldn't say they're quite aware about the whole payout delay. Most of the time, they're just playing it to have some fun and relax.
That's kind of how my grandma does it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So they have no clue that the payouts are slow, or they didn't even miss it this week. They don't know that HQ didn't happen this week.
Actually, they did after I told them.
Okay.
Yeah. But I wonder how many. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to just come back after 8 days. I mean, for people like us, obviously, it's quite a thing because we're here on a video podcast. But I mean, how many of the what are they down to? Like 30,000 people? Like how many of those people are
40,000? Yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, how many of those people are going to be like, okay, it's been almost 2 weeks. Yeah, sure, I'll remember to come back.
Well, the other thing is most of you guys say you play every night.
Yeah.
Some people might just play once a week, once every 2 weeks. Some people might not even have known that they left.
Well, and some people are like, wow, this thing is still going on, because I always read the comments and they're like, wow, they're like, who's this host? And they don't even realize, they're like,
right.
Where's the other guy talking about Scott? And I'm like, it's been a while now. I'm a bit over that at this point. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean,
I just thought a 9821. How did you find the app?
It was actually off of one of those game show forums. Surprisingly, Eugene Bion, Ibon, you know him as.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry that I butchered your name, Eugene. If you see this, love you. But yeah, he kept posting about it, so I decided, I'd try. So, yeah, I was actually friends with him in the app until I gave up once checkpoints became way too hard.
Oh, I hated checkpoints.
Except for Michael, he made a killing.
Yeah, they worked out for me. And what's funny
And
is that,
continues to flex it.
I'm sorry, I won't. I'll never mention it again.
No,
I'm
you
just
should.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm only
No, but
kidding.
I was with 9821. It was impossible. So all I would try to do was get to question 11 and take the coins. And I still have those coins. But no, that's when the game became silly.
I'm just glad that they haven't reverted back to it, because what I was expecting after they got rid of it, I think when they got rid of it was when they left the first time, I believe. I may be wrong about that. I'm mixing some things up. But anyway, when they got rid of it and then they left, I expected what would happen. They'd come back with the 12 question format, kind of get everyone back into it, and then slowly go back to like ridiculous things like the checkpoint format and
the seasons with the
seasons.
The seasons. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. You
Well,
try
they
to
actually
get the
called
point
this a
multipliers.
season.
Yeah.
and you get
They
like
actually called this a season, didn't they? Because they said something about our season finale. When they took the break, they said our season finale. I heard
maybe
them
they
say
did,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what does that mean? Does that mean that we're going to do these 8-day breaks every couple months now? Because I'm not saying they don't need a break. Don't get me wrong. But does that mean that we're going to be like doing some wackadoo formats now? Because that was what brought them down from 1 million people down to 30,000. I mean, it didn't just happen because the stalling for VIP and silly things like that. It was more than just the stalling and the kind of forced. Big Brain has something over HQ right now, and that's the fact that they don't have all this like forced delay stuff.
Yeah, I can speak to that. If
Yeah.
a big brain quiz starts at 6:15, you'll be done at 6:25.
Yeah, and that's because if it starts at 6:15, it starts at 6:15.
Oh yeah, don't be late. I mean, yeah.
It actually starts when it says it starts. And I mean, it's nice to have like a minute or two there, I guess, but not this like, ooh, we're so close. Let's talk another 2 seconds so we can hit an arbitrary number, give people their money back. It's not rocket science. I'm sorry, but it's just, I know I don't play the VIP, so who am I? But this is just what I think should be. I mean, if you have a number you want to hit, say, okay, it's like Central Time, it's 8:05. We're going to cut it off. Simple as that. I don't know. It's just, I feel like the varying start points are what turns people off, because a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm late, or like I see people that join at like 8:05 or 8:04, and sometimes I see people that join and it's like Q3. Some of my friends, and I'm like, yeah, this is what is happening because people don't want the nonsense for like 7 minutes.
If you go back, I think that's why they introduced like the 5-minute countdown, like back in 2019.
Yeah.
Right when the host would talk from a bubble, kind of like HQ words, and then they transition to 3 minutes of ads. So I think they did try to adapt to that, but I don't think that even starting on time, I don't think that was a major factor to their downfall ultimately.
I mean, it's more than that, but that's just something I know. I mean, I'm someone that plays every night regardless, and it's not a huge deal to me because, I mean, I have other things. I mean, I can dawdle for a couple minutes, but if I was someone that had kids or, sometimes my attention does get called here or there, but if I was someone that say had kids or was, trying to do like a work from home project or this or that, and needed those minutes, it would be more of a hindrance on my time. And I'm trying to think of the average consumer that might be, not just, oh, I'm annoyed, but might be actually like detracted from this.
Yeah.
These are just quality of life improvements that I think could benefit the game and actually build back the client base. Things that I'm not going to put in a review because no one actually reads the like reviews at this point, and it's like a 4-year-old app. But I mean, if you're listening, HQ, and maybe you are, just consider it and let's move forward. Simple as that.
Yeah, so I think, okay, so I wasn't playing HQ in 2019, but I know from the HQ Archives YouTube channel, I do remember the host talking during the countdown before they do but there wasn't any intro after that countdown. They just dived straight into the quiz, right?
Yes.
And they would do shout outs.
They might do something like right after Q1, but
right.
pretty much you'd play HQ transition question 1, go.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I think that was before VIP was introduced, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
VIP was more of a recent thing.
Very recent. Yeah.
VIP was September of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to, like I said, I understand why VIP was introduced, and I think it's a large reason why we even still have HQ. Probably. I don't know what it's actually done financially.
No, it was a reason, and they thought they'd make money on it, and they really haven't. I mean,
right. I don't think they really have. Is my I don't know because I don't know their financial statement.
A buy can do I mean, it's barely anything. That's the whole question for another. How I made Michael sad when we said in the group chat, every night that they take a night off, they save money. I mean, what is their incentive for running the quiz other than making us happy?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine.
Do you have any ideas, Michael?
No, I mean, I know that I don't know if you guys have watched there's a podcast about the rise and fall of HQ, and that's pretty interesting. And
great podcast.
It's great.
Boom Bust,
exactly.
HQ trivia, by the Ringer.
I haven't listened to that.
Yeah, it's worth a listen.
It's good.
But a lot of, and even the chatter as HQ was building among people that were trying to figure out how they were going to make money was like they're still trying to figure that out themselves. You have a captive audience of 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million people for 15 minutes where they're not looking anywhere else because you have a limited time to answer a question. So you have that much focus. It's never been accomplished before, really, in that way. How do you capitalize on that? And they fucked it up, right? Big loss of opportunity there. But I lost my train of thought. But
no. But you were onto it. That's what they did. They built an audience. They spent millions to build an audience.
Right.
The studios would send The Rock there to promote their movie. They would pay HQ. So it achieved that, but that's all in the past. Yeah. Now they're at 30, 40, 50,000 people, and the advantage of having it's us. There is value of having 30,000 people tune in, but for a year they haven't done anything. It's no different than correct? I mean, they're not making any money when they came back. They're not making any money now. Am I correct?
Yeah, they're never going to go back to those numbers. They can't.
No, not to those numbers. But I was saying when they came back, whatever, they went away on Valentine's Day and they came back March of last year. There was 30 or 50,000 people, and now here we are over a year later. How have they made money in the last year?
They had a few sponsorships, like the Aussie questions I joked about before.
Right.
The Weird Wild World, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, HQ Sports has been sponsored. All the HQ Sports games have been sponsored by either Busch Beer or
Elon Musk sponsored them. That's what I think. I think he was the secret investor.
You think so, really?
I really do. Because they said it was a anonymous donor.
Yeah, they never released the name of the new investor.
Elon Musk is not anonymous. He likes to be everywhere.
Exactly, but I think it was someone like Elon. I really do. I know it sounds stupid, but look at where we are a year later.
Yay, that internet.
Elon is everywhere. He has his hands in everything. I literally do. I know that sounds insane, but this is where we are in 2021, and
he likes to be seen.
You can't tell me otherwise. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I mean,
He likes to be on Saturday Night Live.
dressing as Wario. That was their only highlight. Did you see that last night? They had it was like Weekend Update, and they had like their clip show of highlights of the season, and the only highlight was Elon dressed as Wario.
That's funny. I didn't see it. I'll have to check that out.
I just ruined
I
it
do
for
remember
him.
Elon Musk did host the SNL. I think that was the answer to one of the HQ words puzzles. I think was it 2
I
weeks
won that.
ago?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it was
HQ
like
words
$5.
and
Was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
Took $5 off him. I still haven't got that $5.
But the good is I do enjoy the format, because as I say every time, I'll watch Jeopardy and I'll yell out the answers, and that's fun. But there's no pressure, if you yell out the wrong answer, it doesn't
You
matter.
don't lose anything.
You don't lose anything. And with this, and it does. When I play VIP, I'm so cheap. I'm nervous. My and yeah. See, that's what the 9821 says, and that's how I feel about the big brain. I put in $5 to take a quiz on the Boston Red Sox, and I'm sweating. And it's crazy. But that's the good and bad about it. But then when these lame games, when the payout's like $1.12. And I get to question 12, I don't care.
I still care.
Speaking of
I'm over here
the
cursing
smaller
when I
Who
payouts-
cares?
I'm over here cursing when I lose $1.12.
9821. How do you feel? The $1.12, is that, do you care or no?
No, I only bummed out. Like the only game I feel like passionately about is Words. But it's
That's
just
my
because I
entire
like.
night when I lose.
But it's just
But
because I like
Speaking of the
Words more.
smaller payouts,
No.
Um,
But a buy takes every game personally. He'll send me like a tweet. I'm gutted. I missed question 12 and I didn't play it. And I look and I'll say a buy. It was for 78 cents.
whenever I miss question 12, it never sits well with
It
me.
kills me. I think I can name every question 12
I
I've
don't care if the
missed.
payout's like $10. I don't care if the payout's like 50 cents or whatever.
I think I missed like Q9, that one regular game that went for like $60. I think I missed
Oh my
Q9,
No,
and then I
please.
got all the way through what would have been question 12, but I was out on Q9, so who gives a shit. But like I would have gotten through question 12, and I was just like, oh, why do I do this to myself? Oh, I see it through to see what would have happened.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, oh no. But I do it so I get the coins at the end, so I get something, right? But I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that to myself. And I'm still sick over it. Like I was almost like, if HQ ends right now, it would have been worth it, so I don't have to ever lose $60 again like that.
Look,
Well,
I've been at the receiving end of worse. You missed out on the $60. I missed out on the $60, and I got out on the VIP game soon after that.
Oh, the $400 one?
The $400 one. That's right.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. But
How far did you make it in that
You want
one?
to get the $400 until sometime in September.
Right.
Okay, so answering Mike, the $400 game, I switched out of the wrong. I switched out of the right answer on question 8, and I switched out of the right answer again on question 9.
Oh,
But thankfully I got the Savage. It was question 11. I got that one wrong. So
right,
honestly, I shouldn't be too disappointed there. Plus, I've already come out ahead on my current batch of VIP tickets.
well, that's
But whenever you lose out on something big like that, it always hurts. Yeah.
in those checkpoint games, about, I guess it was, again, a couple years ago, a later game, I had the same thing, and where I was because of the what do they call it, levels, right? I was able to, you basically had a free pass till question 9 or 10 or whatever it was, and then it was a 21 question game, and I think I got like 11 and like 12 and then wrong, got back in, and I got 15 wrong. And then, but it kept playing, and I would have gotten the next 3. For question 18, nobody got it right. And I played along, and I'm fairly sure I would have gotten it right. And it was like a $2,000 prize that nobody won. So I was so close again to a big win. That one still haunts me.
Wait, Mike. On your super big win, what was the last question there?
So
I feel like you've told us before, but yeah. But what was the last question?
It was scientists have recently discovered that a river in South America
Oh, that
surprisingly does what?
Well,
Glows,
that's simmers, right? Simmers?
flows uphill, or simmers. Yeah.
And you got that?
Yeah. It was like 80 people guessed the other two, and I was the only one that got the.
Oh my goodness!
But
You went simmers?
yeah.
All right. Wow.
Only
I would have
because
said those.
Was it something you knew, or was it something you looked up, or
I didn't
just
know
guessed?
it. I didn't know it, but at that time, a lot of the big questions were, in my mind, having played for as long as I'd played, were kind of predictable in the way I thought they were trying to trick you.
Yeah.
So I, like simmers seemed, if they had said boils, I think like Googlers and like the bots would have figured it out. But simmers is such an unusual word; nobody would ever say it. And like you can, and so I was like, quickly in my mind, that's sort of an oddball answer. And I could see a river glowing. That's not so surprising, right? With bioluminescence and a river flowing uphill. By some calculations, any river that flows, I guess, towards the equator flows uphill because of the bulge of the Earth that direction. So I thought those things all went through my mind, and so yeah, it was. I mean, I answered probably in the first 3 seconds. I didn't even think about it.
Well, that's it. You have 10 seconds. You answered in 3 seconds. And I just thought of something. 98-21. You're a good player. Are you able to notice when a question is tricky, or you know what I'm saying? Or like a lot of people are saying something and you go a different way.
Yeah, sometimes I play like that. For instance, even in this quiz, the movement skill, I thought that was a trap for earthquake, so I tapped something that wasn't Richter. Sometimes I call that. Sometimes I could see like what they're trying to do. For instance, they had a video game question earlier that was about Doom Eternal or Doom, which was not a villain in that franchise, and one of the choices was Infernal. And I thought Infernal would pop up like in marketing terms because that's like a way to describe hell.
Right.
So I went that solely because of that, although some of my friends went with like a succubus or whatever that word was.
And were you correct?
I will occasionally play it like.
Well, I saw sort of the one that sticks in my mind. It had one about, they said Ray Charles donated a lot of money to what? And that got everybody.
I remember that question.
But because he's blind and he gave the money to the deaf. I mean, that was the perfect question.
I remember that one too. That was a pretty quick Google. I just Googled Ray Charles Foundation.
And that one I did myself.
Well, so did you get it, Michael? You were able to get it?
Yeah, if you Google Ray Charles Foundation and quickly read, it says it's a foundation.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. That was smart to do a Google because everyone else thought, Ray Charles, he's the most famous blind guy. It's got to be blind. And
that's one of the. I think that's one of the most savage questions, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, no, I think I know another savage question. You know the 10% of U.S. electricity. I think Brian vividly remembers this one because that was one of your big wins.
Yeah. That's my favorite one. I've been talking about that for a year. Soviet warheads. It was like a New Jersey landfill, the Hoover Dam, or Soviet warheads. And everybody went with the Hoover Dam. And I Googled it. I found it 10 minutes after the quiz. Yeah, they bought all these nuclear warheads like from Ukraine, and we got 10% of our power from that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
there we go.
It sounds like the most extreme candy ever.
And you know what's funny for that one? That one, I thought it was early in a quiz to have such an oddball answer like that, like a tricky one. So that's what. So I don't even think I tried to Google this one. I was like, it's clearly Hoover Dam.
Yeah. I remember this quiz now. What day was it about?
It's got to be like a year
September
ago.
19th.
I can go look. That is.
Put the 4 or. I think I won
September
this game.
19th. September 19th of last year.
What was the final question? Was it about like Sweet Life on Deck or Zach and Cody or something?
That's excellent memory.
I won this game by getting that wrong but playing perfectly the rest of the way.
Nice.
98-21. I need to get to know you better because you have the memory of.
You know what's crazy? I got that right because I just picked the middle answer, and I have a buddy that plays because I'm obviously a middle-aged guy, and he was so upset because he knew that answer. But see, that's it. I knew 98-21 was smart You have,
No.
you have a photographic memory.
Understand that I actually know that, but I would have never gotten to Q12 on that quiz. But I know that because the character's name is Arwen, and I only know that because I grew up knowing that TV show because I'm 28 years old and
Right.
I'm roughly the age of like the Sprouse twins, and
Right.
so like that's something I would have known, but I would have never gotten there because of the freaking Soviet warhead crap.
Right. No, but Michael, we're like the how should we say this? The silver hair or the there's most of the stuff. I have no clue. Like I guess today, whatever the not 98 degrees, but the One Direction.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow, 98 degrees. Well, that. Wow,
So also, thanks for calling. Like that One Direction question was a blind guess for me. I had no clue.
You do. Yeah, I just because it was the middle one, and Abai's like saying, "Of course it is. This is why this is the answer." You know.
I gave a hint.
I was quietly thinking, like, oh yes, of course we all got it right. It was an easy one.
Yeah.
You know?
I was wondering, did you know that one 98-21?
I got it down to a 50-50 because I knew it was Zayn. I knew Watermelon Sugar was Harry Styles.
Right.
I just guessed between B and C.
Well, that's why probably Jeremy too, but definitely Abai's that you can look at a question and eliminate one. You know, and so for me, I'm just guessing. You and Abai can turn, maybe Jeremy too, can turn questions into a 50-50.
Yeah, that's typically how I do it.
Can you do that sometimes, Michael?
Say that again. I missed.
So the reason why Abai wins a lot is he'll look at a tough question and he'll be able to eliminate one of the answers, and then he'll be able to turn it into a 50-50. You follow me on that? Yeah, I can't do that.
It depends on the question, and
obviously.
And something like that Warheads one, like my mind is in a different place at like question 10 or 11 versus question 3 or 4.
Yes.
So like that question 4 with Warheads, I wasn't ready to be that,
right,
calculating.
But that was the same with Ray Charles. That came in like a question 5 or 6.
Well, I usually have a strong
inclination
on something, and then I'll see like a buy, or I'll see like one of y'all like do something, and then I'll be like, yeah, that already fits with what I was thinking, and then I'll go with it. And then sometimes we're both wrong, and that sucks. But I'm like, well, I was already thinking it, so what's the difference here, Right. And that's why I hope they don't do away ever with answer sharing, because most of the time it doesn't really affect anything, anything that I wasn't already thinking. And a lot of the times I've talked myself out of more than I've won because of answer sharing.
Right. Well, that's actually something I thought of. I've been like friends with 98-21 for months. And how did we find, but we didn't talk until last time. This is the first time we've seen each other. How did we find each other on the app?
I honestly think it was Eugene. Again, just having a common language from Eugene. And
yes, okay. Yeah. No, because that's a whole other question is how do you find people that are legitimate? And
hey, so taxi. I'm sorry.
I look in the room and we got 5 people, 4 other legitimate people. For me, it's crazy to get all these friend requests and everybody.
Now, what if I said I'm a bot?
No, but then you look at it and everybody has a better percentage. Everybody has played 180 games and they all have won like 70 or 80 of them. And some of them are good-looking women. Some of them are like people. Anybody that's standing next to Alex Trebek, I immediately delete.
Yeah. I would not do that. I would not.
Good timing here.
Yeah, there he is.
Listening while doing some work. You know what? Sorry you joined this late. We did go through the Kahoot, but I can still send the link to those of you interested. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Eugene's not doing dishes tonight. He was doing dishes last time.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. but at least, he did get a chance to take part in the previous quiz. In fact, I was tracking the comments like on and off. All right.
Yeah, I just tried to add 98-21, and there was an error, and I bet I know what that error was.
And okay, yes, of course,
I
I'll do
don't
that.
actually have a full friends list. Let me
Oh.
check my phone really quickly.
Is
Oh,
there
that's
a,
weird.
is there a maximum?
50.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
50,
usually
yes. You
the
can have
error
it.
now is what it used to say the friends list is full, and
Oh,
now
okay.
every time that I can't add someone, it's because the friends list is full, but it doesn't just say that.
Oh, got it.
Also, I'd love to know how he has that background of
It's pretty cool.
my background is just my air conditioner that's currently off because
No, but you do have a star and some photos, and it looks like a degree on the wall.
yes, I like to display the degree that I earned,
Yeah.
but chronic pain and a variety of issues relating to the pandemic shut down any chance I had of doing anything over the last year besides play HQ. But
Okay.
Yeah.
hey, I'm here and life is as good as it's going to get. I'm engaged,
Mhm.
and you know,
Gotta stay
my
positive.
fiance loves me, so
Congratulations.
and HQ loves me, so hey,
So we have one more caller, Ben Sweetra.
We have a caller?
Yeah.
yes,
well,
we have a
yeah.
caller.
We have another caller. So let's see. So Ben, are you able to hear us?
Ben
You want to turn on your video and audio?
Ben Sweet Raw.
Yep.
I'm butchering that, I'm sure. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Well, I did. Okay. Oh wow. All right.
Oh, we said goodbye to Ben.
Let's
Ben,
see.
we hardly knew ye.
Hi, Eugene. Big Ben. Okay.
I'm a fan of Eugene. Eugene's just a regular guy.
Well, okay. Well, he's actually one of my friends from college, and he is part of my team. So I think at some stage we are gonna get him. We are gonna get him on.
UC Santa Cruz?
Yeah, of course.
This guy's a good guy then.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're gonna get Eugene on this program?
Well, him and Chidby too.
I'm reserving my spot for that night, please. Because I've spoken to Eugene on Twitter, and I would like to formally introduce myself to the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, it'd be nice to meet him.
So Ben Sweeter is back. Are you able to hear us?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. So introduce yourself. Are you excited for HQ's return?
Oh, we fixed it up, right?
What's that?
Oh yeah, just tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm Ben. I've been playing since the pandemic started. I kind of got lucky. I got a good friend to start out with. And then because I didn't even know for a while that answer sharing was a thing. Like when I first started, and then someone that I was playing with in my family told me about it. And since then, I've kind of worked my way up and figured out who are the good friends to have and who are the ones that are not so good. And I've gotten better. I've spent a lot of money on VIP, but I'm kind of upset that there hasn't been as much VIP lately. But yeah, so I guess that's my story.
So Ben, what have you been doing this week? Like in place of HQ, what do you do? What do you do on HQ time?
I mean, I've just been kind of looking at the Discord conversations every once in a while. I just got married recently, so
congrats.
Thank you. I just got back from my honeymoon, and I'm moving into a new apartment tomorrow. So
exciting times ahead.
Yeah, so I've been busy, but I've missed it really bad. So I'm excited for tomorrow.
Okay, all right. And then let's see here. Oh yeah, I don't think you got a chance to take part in our Kahoot, but I'll be sure to send that to you, and you can give it a shot. All right.
Great, sounds good.
Going back to VIP, I think it's probably a good thing. It's kind of sporadic because I think when it was happening like super often, like literally almost every day, it kind of felt like overkill. And even after you play 5 games, you'd want to play like again and again, and that would force you to buy more and more tickets, and then wait for the payout to come. So it's probably good. It's kind of spaced out now.
No, and what it is I think they need suckers. Like somebody like Ben wins. They need people to put money in, and I think that's what kills it is people buy it and then get their clock cleaned. You're not going to keep doing it unless you're doing well. And you follow me on that?
Well, that's what I figured was going to happen is when they introduced it, I was like, this isn't going to last because only if maybe like if you're, I'm trying to think of someone that wins a lot, but a couple of those people might win a lot, but the majority of people that keep buying these are not going to continue. And
right.
Here we are.
And that's why they have VIP once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not something for the average player.
No.
And it's something like my winning percentage is is such that it doesn't make good financial sense for me to get into that. I wonder whether they could come up with some sort of structure where you participate in VIP and like the amount that you wager then dictates the amount that you win. So like I'd probably try, especially if it were a theme night that I felt comfortable on. I'd maybe pay $5 to try to win 8 or 10, or 20. But like I'm not going to spend 20 with the realistic hope of winning nothing that night.
You're a big spender, Michael. No, I'm joking. But no, also the other thing is there's a couple things that they have going against it. The laws where 4 states have determined it that it's not skill, it's gambling. So there's 4 states you can't do it. You can't do it in Canada. You can't do it in other foreign countries, which is good. We don't need people in like Nigeria playing. But the point being also only just the iPhone, no Android. So already there's a limited audience.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You guys normally like I don't know if any of you guys do VIP, but do you guys normally do the $20 when you get it, or do you do the 5-pack?
Yeah.
When I got my VIP tickets, I got 5.
Yeah.
I got $100 gift card from Swagbucks. So I got yeah. So from there I got 5 VIP tickets, and I still had $25 left. So I spent that on a singleton. So that's 6. So then I've used 4 of them, 2 remaining. So I may win on VIP since it's only since HQ is going to be back tomorrow, and I've got a lot of things going on. So I think when I'm freer, like maybe a week or 2 down the road, that's.
Well, you should play more, Abai, so Ben can play.
True. Yeah.
No, but for me, no, Ben, I was more into it. Actually, I beta tested it back in July or August, and then it went live in September. And I loved it in September and October. I did well. For me, though, it was when it went from 60 to 75 for the 5-pack. And then sometimes, as I said, it was great. I had one where it was like 117, but I had one where it's $20 face value, but I maybe got it for like 15. And then the win was like $28. And I was like, this is crazy. And Eugene remembers that was
62.50.
Yeah, Muggsy Bogues.
I do vaguely remember that game. I don't remember all the questions. I could dig it up later.
I also won that night.
Yeah, I do remember that game.
Eugene had to take all the heat because all the people they saw that was crazy. People won like $1.17, and then they saw Eugene win 62.50. I won 62.50, but I flew under the radar, and it was.
Honestly, it
was about Muggsy Bogues. It said what team did he start with, and people remember him with Charlotte, but it was the Washington Bullets at the time, and that was because that never happens where I get to question 12 and knew it, and so that felt great. But that's ancient history. That's like September, and I think The last time I think I played was like in January, and for me also, Ben, it's the slow payments where I give them $75. It comes out of my account, and then maybe I win back 100 or 125, and I got to wait 2 or 3 months to get it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so going back to that VIP in beta mode, for all of those who ended up winning that game, I bet they weren't necessarily aware what was going on at the time too, and it's not really on them to explain what had been going on. In fact, HQ was about to reveal more and more as time went on, because it was still fresh off the oven, and it was something that they were still trying to test and see if it would work in the first place.
Right.
Well, it was up to HQ to explain it, but it was a lot of heat was put on like Eugene, and it wasn't fair to Eugene, and I'm still mad at HQ about that.
But it's fair to say, Eugene tweeted it out.
Okay, but it still was not Eugene's fault that HQ decided to put the money amount out there publicly.
Oh yeah,
putting the question out there and then just leaving him holding the bag metaphorically for like another couple days until they revealed what they were doing. That was also crap, and I'm sorry to say that on a podcast here, but it was bull crap, and it still is.
Well, they're not gonna apologize for it a year later.
No, but I mean, he's still one of their biggest champions. You know, I mean, as far as the brand goes, you know, he's still one of the most recognizable faces.
Right.
And
that's why people were upset. They thought that the fix was in.
Yeah, they did him dirty, and I know they're not going to apologize, but it's just more of the same from them.
For sure.
Yeah.
So let's see. I do have one more question for everyone. Let's see who can get it. Which of these countries has the least official languages? Is it Nigeria, Finland, or Belgium? I'll give everyone 10 seconds. All right, it starts now.
I'll go first. I'll pick Finland because it's the middle answer.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually going to go Nigeria because it feels like the trap answer.
All right.
I'm going to say Nigeria.
Let's go to Ben.
Nigeria.
And 981.
Yeah, I'll follow the crowd to my death. Nigeria.
All right. So Belgium's official languages are French, Dutch, and German. So that's 3. Then if we go to Finland, it's so Finnish is the widely spoken language, but they do have a sizable Swedish community there, and Swedish has become an official language of Finland. So that's 2. And if we look at Nigeria, there are a lot of different cultures. I think Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, to name a few. But believe it or not, the official language of Nigeria is English. So Nigeria is the correct answer.
Yeah.
All right.
I learned a valuable lesson. I should have waited and just gone last.
Well, I can't believe I was the first one to ring in with that, but I'm sure other people were already thinking it too. But I just felt good that I went with the trap answer, and the trap answer was the right one. Right. I just figured since Africa is known for having I think it's 7,000 languages among the continent.
You know, interestingly enough, if we think about it, the top 2 countries with the most official languages are Zimbabwe and South Africa.
Right. So I was thinking, okay, the African nation here is probably the trap answer and the correct one. That's how I play HQ, and that's why occasionally I do win some, because that's how I play once it gets to question 8 or 9.
I'm still waiting to meet the oil heir. He keeps contacting me from Nigeria saying that there's money in my bank account.
People are saying
C would have been correct if it was the most official languages. Just saying. Okay.
People are still ringing in with C. They feel pretty confident, even though we've gone over the correct answer.
No, actually, they had picked C right when I was reading it out.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought they were just now saying it. I'm like, that's one way to go.
Just arguing the answer.
I'm sorry. What did I miss?
Just some folks had chosen C on the question I had just put up.
Oh.
And also, tell them you got thousands of questions already written in your like question bank. I mean, you're ready to go.
Yeah, I've got more than 1,000 questions total. So I've written some of them on my own. I've pulled out of some from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I've gotten some from Jeopardy too, and I've rephrased them to make it multiple choice. So hopefully, if HQ asks for like fan submissions or something, I'd love to chip in with.
No,
some
Mike, better than
I can
that.
find.
Start your own app.
When I have the time, it's gonna very likely it's gonna happen.
Well, they used to accept. I submitted a bunch of questions. So
Oh, they did have fan submissions.
They used to. I don't know if that's in the latest versions.
No, it was a ways back, and I submitted
Okay.
several, and I'm not sure whether my submission or others before mine were the result, but I had at least one that I saw a question that was similar to mine. I'm not sure. It was months later, and it might have been just a popular one, but it was fun to be able to submit questions and have them, and be able to think perhaps that they used a question that they submitted.
But no matter what, you knew the answer.
That's true. I got that one right. I did.
All right, I think with that being said, we've gone on for 80 minutes again. It's been a lively discussion. I think that would be a good time to round it off. So I think let's go with start with the closing statements. We can start with plan 821, then go counterclockwise. So go for it.
Yeah, over the course of the past week, HQ's been pretty silent, except for their Discord. They now have an official Discord right now. It's something. But yeah, hopefully once the questions keep flowing back in tomorrow, we can just kickstart more activity and have more to talk about besides speculation.
True. All right, Ben, it's your turn.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I know I joined pretty late, but just really excited about tomorrow, and I really hope that they never go away for a week again, because I really missed it. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I did really miss it, so I'm really excited for tomorrow. And I would say I hope that they do something special tomorrow, but I kind of don't feel like they will. But that would be nice, but we'll see.
By the way, welcome to my team.
Thanks.
All right, Mike, it's your turn.
Yeah, so 8 days off is tough for something that has become a part of my daily evening routine. But if it's something that's regular, but not a surprise, and you're confident they'll be back, maybe it's good refresh time to kind of do other things at that point. I'm looking forward to the game starting again, and just happy to be part of a group of people that enjoys this game and other games like this on a regular basis. It's fun. I love to participate. When I can't be part of the panel, I love to watch and comment. So I'm happy to be here and looking forward to the next time.
Love it. Next up.
8 days off was tough, but what made it easier was having this group of people to talk to over Twitter conversations, DMs. That made it a lot easier, and getting into the big brain, thanks to Brian, that was helpful. And hopefully I actually get to start taking some of the quizzes. I pulled out of one of them because it was going to happen right at the same time as Wednesday's HQ game, and I figured I should play HQ instead. So hopefully HQ doesn't go away for another week-long break, or else I'm going to have to start playing more big brain. But in the meantime, I hope maybe there will be a Friends HQ game on Thursday, hopefully, for the big Friends reunion. I'm excited for that. So hopefully maybe they'll do a themed quiz, and if they do, maybe that's the one time I'll do a what's the word I'm looking for? VIP game, maybe, hopefully. We'll see. But other than that, I just hope to continue having these weekly or bi-weekly discussions, and thanks for having me on, and I look forward to the next one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, if elected, I promise to. No, it feels like I'm running for office, but in all seriousness, it's just fun. It's fun to play trivia. HQ is fun. It has its own problems, but we don't have to worry about that. We just have to play when it's on, have a good time. And it's just fun to meet people. Abide, thank you for setting this up. And it's just neat to talk. Yeah, see, Michael knows. It's just fun to talk trivia with people, like-minded people from across the country.
Yeah, yet another fun discussion. It was great to convene again. Ben, I know this is not going to be the first and only time you're going to be here. I think I usually run this like once every 2 weeks. Sometimes that could be subject to change based on my schedule. But yeah, excited to have all of you on here. I think this should be an exciting week of HQ. I hope we can all clean up nicely and bask in the glory, and we can discuss all of that next time. So that being said, take care, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.